Hello everyone, guten tag, bonjour, dobry день. This is me, Zeno, today talking to you. And yes, as I promised on Tuesday, this is Keira Lothan stream. Now, why am I already jumping into all these conclusions, already setting everything up and saying because I had it already planned. I had everything planned for the first time on my stream. I started approximately at the time that I wanted, which is 12:07 a.m. So 7 minutes late. I had food before I started, so that's great. I already have people in the chat. Hey, fellow foe, nice to see you here. And yeah, number two, also important thing that I wanted to say and share was that we have a plan for this stream. So today, as you know, it's going to be the Keira Lothan stream. But before we do start watching it, I will go check in particular the how do I put this correctly? I will give you some information about the channel. So let me just produce it real quick. Boom. So why am I showing my channel on this tab? Because guys, our last reaction that was posted just 3 days ago has become my most popular video on YouTube. I think it's because of these fire emojis that I put in the thumbnail. Honestly, I am shocked because I expected it to explode like it's usually what happens with second videos. Like after a long period of time, I had my second video and boom, it exploded. But I didn't expect that big. So, what are we going to do from next week? I will upload one reaction tomorrow. You're going to see it on this channel. And I actually have a plan for next week to have a week full of reactions. You heard it correct. So I'm planning to post a reaction every single day throughout next week, and to see how many results can we get, how many actually positive feedback, how many feedback in total, but also what is important, how many number of subscribers can we get, guys? Come on, I want to try to actually hit 300 before the end of July, or before the end of June. And my shorts have also been grabbing some attention of yours. This one actually also became the most popular short. I've just I don't think I had 2. Yup. This is now officially the most popular short. So it's time for me to explode and take over YouTube, guys. And for me to do that, you have to subscribe to me on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitch and Facebook because this is also where I stream. But let's hit it on YouTube. Let's really, really hit it on YouTube because I think I kind of got it. Anyways, with that being said, we are going to dive in today's stream. Now, before we start, some of you may not know, particularly the person of Keira Lothan, so let me share this tab instead. She's a creator who talks about a lot of, how do I put this correctly? Let's say girly stuff, because she talks about energy, she talks about women, she talks about how women want to see man, she talks about the world in general and peace and all of that, and how people should be social more, all of the good stuff. Wow, she even started ASMR. I did not know that. You saw, I've missed a lot on YouTube over the last time, so I'm trying to catch up. And I saved 2 videos for today's stream, and that is also why we called it Women Attraction, because we are going to be talking in particular about women attraction today. So the number one thing is going to be the dark psychology of it, and the other thing are going to be about these hacks. Also, if you check it out, I created a new playlist particularly for stream videos. But what I also wanted to say before I started is that, uh, yeah, firstly, subscribe to the channel, obviously. But secondly, it's just interesting, you know what I'm saying? Like, we live in 2025, and you would have think that attraction and an interest in one person or the other is kind of a discovered issue, whereas no, we are still diving into it. We're still with our challenging questions. And listen, I'm all in it. I'm all on for it because this is always so interesting to discuss. Always very interesting. So I hope you would enjoy today's reactions. Make sure you follow me on all platforms. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself, but I am actually excited about the way this is going, and I hope you all you all are too. And with that being said, I will start the reaction as usually with a YouTube intro. So, the dark psychology of attraction. Why women chase emotionally distant men. Today, with one of our favorite creators, Keira Lothan. A lot of you might remember her if you watched some of my old videos in the past. I've streamed her videos, and she usually talks about the world, the peace, the women, like the women and men. This is a very common topic in her. Like the two in the concept, in the social concept, how they interact, why they interact. The discussions are always there, and it's always interesting to listen, from another perspective, especially because she's a different gender than I am. So it's kind of intriguing, like why, for example, from her perspective, do women chase emotionally distant men? Because I kind of have an answer. I've been also looking at this stuff, I've been studying some of this stuff, and I can give you an, so to say, so called, maybe average, I would even say, answer. But what does she have to say it, and how am I going to comment on it? Let's find out right now in this reaction. I got some message. I'll turn down the messages.
I think there are two types of emotionally
Holy
unavailable.
damn, she actually put subtitles. That's actually very good for her. I've been talking about this the whole time. Her type of content, it really needs them. Like, she's just talking for 14 minutes straight without any edit, any pauses. You you need to at least somehow keep them attached to the picture. You know what I'm saying? It's, that's she's progressing as well. That's why she got over 100,000 subs.
People. The first type is someone who is so focused that they can't even prioritize their emotions. They don't even know how they feel. They're too busy doing what they gotta do. The second type of emotionally unavailable is someone who's aware. They're aware of how they feel. They're not too busy to be focused on what they're doing, but they're just neglecting it. They're neglecting communicating it. They're neglecting even
Okay.
facing how they feel. So the unavailability.
I like that she actually prepared the board before filming a video. Emotional availability. Like, she actually planned all of this stuff. That's super good. I actually respect it.
Is more intentional on that type. So being emotionally unavailable is not necessarily a terrible, bad thing. When we say
Yep.
emotionally unavailable men, a lot of women see that as a negative notation and they think it's something to run away from. But in reality, it's exactly what we run to. Women love emotionally unavailable men
This is a very true statement. And whoever tries to deny it, I'm really looking forward to your comments.
simply because we're so emotional. You might think that we want a guy to express our emotions to and for the guy to express his emotions to us. And
You want a guy who you're going to express your emotions to, and he's gonna fix this shit so that you don't feel emotionally bad, so that you always feel happy.
a perfect world, right? Yes. But the thing is, as soon as we start expressing our emotions to these men and to a man, we want to have these strong emotions still. We don't want these emotions to be put away,
Hmm.
right? We don't want a man to necessarily feel for us. We want a man to give us solutions. We want a man to think in his own perspective
Exactly.
and not in our perspective. Because you want to know why? The emotion that we feel that you might think we want to be reciprocated, that emotion will weaken. It will weaken. And that's not a good
So
thing.
this is like AI subtitles, because if you look at this part, this is clearly like a new. This is clearly a new and a new sentence, or you at least need a comma underneath. So I think she just ran the video through AI. I don't know, maybe even through CapCut, and yeah, that's it basically.
It will weaken. And that's not a good thing because we're emotional women. Women are so emotional. We need emotion. We need it. And a man that is not as emotionally available will give room for this woman to feel how she wants to feel without a man getting in the way of that. Literally. A woman wants to feel how she wants to feel, whether it's
Yes.
good, bad, whatever it is.
Moreover, she's going to act depending on what she feels. Now, I'm not talking about like all women. Like, please don't throw me in this argument that yeah, I'm categorizing all women. I'm categorizing a huge percentage, including those that I've met. That a lot of women, they carry their actions throughout their feelings. Now, obviously, there are exceptions, but feelings play a much bigger role in a woman's part compared to a man's part.
If she's expressing it to you, you're a lucky man because she's being vulnerable. She's, giving herself to you. She's expressing, that's a vulnerability in a woman.
Okay.
And we don't necessarily want the same vulnerability for men. We want just enough. Just enough, meaning we want you to just listen. Listen.
Yeah, that is actually sometimes one of the dumbest things that men start. They actually try start to get into this argument as well. But let her finish, then I'll add up a very important piece of information for which you have to also subscribe to the channel because I can see that you're showing up to this stream. Subscribe to the channel.
Just listen. You don't have to feel. You don't have to be presently emotionally available per se, but just listen to us. Listen to us, let us get it out, and let us feel it. Let us feel angry. Let us feel happy. Let us feel excited. Whatever we're feeling. We don't necessarily need you to be available for that. So when we want these emotionally unavailable men,
Before she goes, I'm going to actually give my take on it. What I've met throughout my experience is that women usually want men. How do I put this correctly? I think a guy said it correctly. I think its name was Y2B. I forget always his nickname, but his take was that women want to that women want to feel a whole sense of emotions, like for a man to actually get them interest for them to get interested in a man, this man has to let them feel all of the emotions that there are, like just enough good, just enough bad, like all of these expressive emotions, right? And why you should not argue a lot of the times with women, why you should just sit down and listen, why should you just be quiet? Because this is exactly what they're looking for. They want to feel angry. You know? That's a very hilarious thing, but they maybe this brings them some inner calmness, I would even say, because it can bring them inner joy. It brings them inner calmness. They feel anger, so they want to express it. They feel sadness, they want to express. They don't want you to fix it. They don't want you to like make them happy at that point. No, let them get angry, let them cry. And who is going to do this better than unemotional men? We can like stop watching this video already, but because this is like the whole point and take you need to get from it. But hey, maybe there's some gold piece of information that we might all need. So why not? Screw it. I'm just moving in with it. I'm just moving along with it.
there's two types. There's two types. And women can get confused by it. And men, since men are not as equipped in the emotional arena, I mean, I know men know emotions, you're a human, but I'm saying where you can actually prioritize it and really feel the emotion. You know, really feel happy, really feel excited, really feel angry, really feel these strong emotions. There's two types.
As one of the most unemotional men in my circle, I can assure you that the people that I love the most, a lot of the times they don't really feel or see my emotions towards them, because that love is showed in actions.
Types. And women want the focus type. We want a man who is so focused on his life that he can't even prioritize his emotions. And that's not a bad thing, okay? I think a man that is very strong in how he feels, even if he feels like if he feels upset, you know, negative emotions, if he feels these negative emotions and he's not necessarily letting it out, that's a very strong man, okay? That's a very, very strong man. A very emotionally unavailable man that becomes angry, becomes mad, very hostile. That's that's what we want. We want a man that can control that, you know, the negative ones, because that's all we.
Because again, life is hard, and usually a lot of the time you need to forget everything that you feel and just rationally look at the situation. I'm not saying become a stoicist. I'm actually not a huge fan of stoicism for several reasons, but in particular, you really always want to have a cool head. You can't really let your emotions control your mind. You can have emotions. You can be happy, sad, you can feel a variety of stuff. But the actions you take cannot be based only, like, especially only on emotions, but even I would say 50-50 on emotions. Emotions should play a role, of course. I don't know, if you love someone, then you should perhaps get them a gift, for their birthday. But you also have to realize, okay, who is this person? Why am I giving this gift? Why am I giving particularly that big of a gift? Is it equivalent to anything? Do I really, those thinking processes, asking these questions, they require rationality. And in order to have rationality, have strong rationality, let's say like this, you need a cool mind. And cool mind is usually very distant from emotions.
We care about. We care about the negative emotions. The happy emotions, excitement, yeah, everyone feels that. But I'm saying when it comes to relationships, we want that upper hand with emotions. We don't want a man to set all of the emotions. We don't want him controlling the room with his emotions. That's very, that's too much for a woman, in my.
You want him to control it with his mind. Mind for men, emotions for women. I'm gonna be called sexist and get this stream banned. Ain't I a genius? I was just getting up.
Opinion. It's too much
Kira, why are you doing this to me?
for a woman to manage not only her emotions, but to also navigate the man's emotions. Because we're so in tune with how we feel. We know exactly how you feel. And that's exactly why we want an emotionally unavailable man. Not that we want it, but we prefer it. Because we know we can help you. We know we can help you with emotions.
Yeah,
Like
and
we
that's
are.
like a very interesting thing. Like, women want to fix men. I don't know where this idea comes from, but a lot of also, like, they feel like They feel like they can fix a person, yet they want him. Like, what are they fixing? You know, because fixing means that there's a problem. But if a man is like unavailable and that's something you want, then it's kind of not the problem. Or are you saying that women want problems? This part always confused me. I can understand the control part and that difference, but this one requires more investigation, more deeper thought.
So confident in our own emotions that if you're unavailable for yours, trust me, we will be there for you. We will help you understand your emotions because it comes easy for us. It comes easy. When a man is not too available, but when a man
Okay, yeah,
is
never mind.
available for his emotions, it can be a bit confusing for a woman. It can be a bit confusing because if we want to feel how we want to feel and you're feeling how you want to feel, that's a clash. That's clashing. There's no yin and yang there. It's just a bunch of like, I feel like this, I feel like this. There's no real mutual agreement, compromise. There's no understanding, listening, and
Everyone has their roles, and these roles need to be equivalently divided in relationships. It includes both practical ones, like, for example, chores and responsibilities. It also requires emotional ones. Who is leading? Who is feeling? Who is expressing? All of that stuff. It needs to bring this perfect minnow.
actual reciprocation. Even if, right, two people feel different feelings and they get over it, they both get over it, there's always going to be something that will set someone else off. Everyone has a limit. Everyone
Yep.
has an emotional capacity. Everyone. So for women, our capacity
Including also men. The thing is, they won't express it that way as women. They might actually even warn in a different way, but they also all have their limits. So it's a normal thing.
is much smaller, I believe, than a man. A man can have a larger capacity when he's putting up with his emotions. I mean, I'm not differentiating completely like it's black or white. No, I'm just saying women in general, we feel lots of emotions every day, every month, every week. And we just know that we can help men. At least in my world, I know I can help a man with his emotions if he's not currently available for his own. And yeah, when a man is focused, that's all a woman really wants because
Let me tell you something. Like, I can bet you that if anyone would tell us, uh, for example, put us both in the room, or put a lot of women, someone from the woman category and someone from the man category. In particular, let's put me and ask them to. Okay, this was a bad example. I have to cut it out from the YouTube. Uh, if you put her and me and look at the percentage of streams that we have done only when we feel okay, she maybe doesn't stream a lot, but some women creators, who stream, I can bet you that I'm going to have a much lower percentage of times when I streamed, like even in days when I didn't feel like it, compared to women. You know why? Because from women's perspective, it's going to be 100%. From a man's one, it's usually not like this. Sometimes you just do it because you do it, because you told people that I'm going to stream on Thursday, I'm going to do this particular creator, and it doesn't matter how I feel. I'm still going to do this creator. Sure, I can tweak some things afterwards. I could, for example, only play one video. I never said I will do two. I will do two because I decided so. But you see what I'm leading from. You see difference in terms of perspective. What do I feel like doing versus what do I have to do? Again, not everyone. Sure, there are exceptions. I'm just talking about the general average.
At the end of the day, when we are trying to express our emotions to our man, we want to feel heard, and then we also want to provide emotion for the man. If the man is talking about his day and there's not much emotion about it, but he's just logically talking about his day. Oh, I did this, I did that, step by step. Maybe he's doing little dips and dabs of how he feels. The woman is going to express how she feels about her man's day, which in return makes the man more available to his own emotions. And I think that's the
That's
balance
actually
in
true.
being emotionally available as a man. You don't need to be fully available. Please don't be, because then you're just a woman.
She said it. Call her sexist, not me. She said it. Look, don't look at me that threatening. You're now looking at me that threatening because this is going to ban me. I already got some claims, trust me. I don't want any extra. But I'm not gonna lie, I do agree with her. I agree with her. I agree with her. But if you want to sue someone, YouTube, I'm gonna get banned once again.
You know what I
You're
mean?
being
You
a
can be
sexist right now,
available
and I'm
for
loving
your
it.
emotions as a man. But to be fully available, do you even know what that means? Do you know what that means? I don't
That is
think you
also
really
true.
know.
Can a man really be fully emotional available? Imagine if a man was fully emotionally available. Like, uh, you know how many times in these movies you see a woman breaking something because she's like, I don't know, got very mad and now she's all angry and she's running around breaking things. Imagine if a man got that angry. We see, by the way, we see what sometimes happens to men that cannot control their emotions. It's bad. It's a very bad tendency. It sucks. And I'm absolutely here with Kira. Men should not know what it's like to be fully emotionally available.
What that means. It takes a very strong, vulnerable part of you to be able to witness these emotions and let them pass and actually feel them. So I think probably the strongest emotions that men actually do feel
Let me
are
try. Let me try. Oh my god, I already spoiled one. It's
the angry and mad ones. You know, you always hear that a man has anger issues and a man's always has a temper. But some men aren't introduced to emotional women. And I think that's what creates the balance.
hmm.
So, yeah. Of course, women love emotionally unavailable men because we're so emotional. We're too emotional. We need someone to balance it out. And in return, we help you because emotions is our forte. It's our specialty. Whereas
I
solutions
would make a joke, but I'm not going to do it. If she brings this subject up in the next video, I might, but not now. The timing is not yet there.
and logic can be your specialty. If we're upset about something, we want solutions. We want solutions more than you just having your own emotion about it. Seriously. Seriously. I know in my own life,
You want solutions, but you also don't really want it like to interfere with emotions. Like you want solutions, but you want to fully feel your sadness and anger before you're going to start actually implementing them. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something that you have that I had a long time understanding with women is that there's no need for me to talk to like act or like convince right now. Let them be themselves, let them live those phases that their inner self craves, unconsciously, of course. And then once you see it cool down, then you go to action.
I've talked to a guy and a guy would give me a solution, and usually I don't want the solution because I just want to feel. Women, we don't want the solution right then and there. We want to just feel. So it seems like you can't give us the solution,
Give
but
some
I'm
time.
telling you, it's better than giving us some emotion about it or
No, no,
some
no.
like, oh,
The solution is let her live her emotions. A woman wants what they look in a man. At least this is something that I've also now noticed, and what some other creators said, that really women need to like feel all emotions with you, all the categories. Enough anger, enough sadness, enough happiness, enough joy. They need this. This is their action. This is their dopamine. This is their boost that leads them in life. And really, there's a time for solutions. There's always a time for solution. But what you need to learn is that it's not usually the same as when it's time for men to take on solutions. But that's a whole other, no, okay, it's not a whole other topic, but it's a very similar topic that we can go much more deep into. And I think we might actually go into it in the next video.
oh, that's stupid. Oh, you're mad about this at work. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, like just matching our energy, just mirroring our emotions. We don't want that. We want a man to be like, why? You can do this instead. Don't think like that. That's okay. This is going to be like this. Solution based. We can feel our emotions still, but we're also able to disconnect you from it. If you're connected to it too much,
Yeah, I'm a bit
the feeling
confused now.
doesn't feel like ours anymore. We're very selfish when it comes to our emotions. Only we can feel it. Only we want to feel it.
Yeah.
If we're upset about something at work, we don't want you to be upset about what we're upset about. You can hear us out, but there's no
You
need
can
to
hear us
feel
out.
for us.
You women want us to hear out, express our cool rationality with mostly agreeing with you. Like, yeah, not in this emotional way, but when she's complaining about her boss, go into there and just say, yeah, that boss is a jerk. Yeah, how dare he actually do this to? Play along. Play along. Let her live with this emotion. I'm not, listen, I'm not telling anyone here to groom their women, right? This is a whole other subject. I'm actually helping. I feel like I'm doing this. This is really something that they want. Just play along with it, and she'll love you for it. She will love you for it because she'll look at you and think, "Oh yeah, really, he understands me." And you actually do. You understand her. You understand. You maybe not agree with her takes. You maybe not agree with how she handles them, but you understands what she needs at that specific moment. And this is the key to happiness in every relationship, because we live in the present. We live right now. And if we do not, and the only time to actually that really matters is right now. If we're able to always feel the way we're supposed to feel at the exact moment that we're supposed to feel, that's the secret of amazing life. And that's why I said that men should play along with women emotions, not to manipulate or trick them. Whatever you're trying to claim on me again, YouTube.
You know, there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place, different scenarios, different situations. But I'm talking the broad scheme of things. And we want an emotionally unavailable man. Not in the most extreme way though. Not in the type 2 way. The type 2 way
What's the
is
type
someone
2A?
who's intentionally
Oh, me too.
neglecting their
Okay, good.
emotions. Nobody should be doing that. No one should be intentionally neglecting. Now, if you are neglecting it through discipline, focus, and actually doing something and being busy, great. I feel like you can catch up. You can always catch up to how you feel. You can always bring yourself back to how you are supposed to feel.
Yep.
Especially if you're with an emotional woman. A woman will always be like, "Hey, check yourself. I know you're upset," or "I know this, I know this." Like,
This is insane, especially with I know some guys who've been in long term relationships, and the amount of they sometimes know the man better than he knows himself. Like, uh, he wants something, and she's like already in. He's doing something, and he's thinking of like something. He's not even yet thinking, but then she shows up like, "Oh yeah, I got you this," and he's like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I needed at this moment." That is truly unbelievable. This is a talent that women should cherish and praise. This is why we need relationships for. And I'm telling you, this is a very great strength. So shout out to all women out there.
women are in tuned. So we can navigate emotions. We don't need an overly emotional man to help us with that. And that's just my opinion. So, yeah, I think we'd rather deal with emotions alone than involving a man because eventually we lose connection. We lose connection
To
to
what?
how we're supposed to feel with the man.
Oh,
And yeah, it's all about balance, yin and yang. I hope this helps you, and I hope,
I think an emotional man, what he does to the emotional women is that he brings in the sorry for using this word a lot, but he brings the extra emotions in the state when she doesn't need them. Like, if she needs to feel sad at that moment, she needs to feel her. That's what she said in a bit earlier. Selfish emotions. Only she knows how sad she should feel at this point. Only she understands the amount of happiness she really needs right now. So don't really force it. Just play along with that. Let her do it. Let her live this life and let her enjoy it the way she wants. And that's the secret to it. I guess this is the end of the video.
if you have any questions about this, actually, like, leave some oh, leave some questions in the comments or
Or
email me.
email her. Yeah, that's basically the end of the video. I can tell you the same, guys. You should 100% comment down below under this reaction, because this was at first it started slow, but then it got really into it. And we can now actually go to the moral of the video, which is for all men out there who are, especially those who are afraid talking to women, you don't really need to try that hard. You just really need them to feel like they want to feel. Just let them live this life like they want it, and everything's gonna be awesome. I'm not saying this is like a secret to a happy marriage and all of that. No, no, I'm just saying, like, even to just to have good relationships with women. I don't know, maybe close people in your family, maybe close people, maybe some of your close friends. All in all, if you do this, everyone is going to enjoy their life. And I really want you to enjoy your life. I also want you to like this video if you did enjoy it, dislike it if you didn't, and especially like if you disagree with me, all of that stuff. I just need one more thing. Please comment down below, especially if you disliked it, because if you disliked it, then I need to know why. Like, I need, under one of my last videos I had a lot of dislikes compared to my channel average, and people didn't tell me why. And, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, well, okay, I probably did something wrong. I have no clue what this is because people didn't tell me. What should I do eventually? What should I change? I don't know. I need your help for this, and that's why I am asking you for it. So this was me, Zeno, today with you, and Keira Lothan. We were talking about women. For those of you watching this on YouTube, I will see you in my other reactions. Woo! And those for you who are watching this live, we are actually jumping on right now, right at this very moment. Boom, I jumped, and we are jumping into the second video. This one I actually saw. I didn't see it, but I saw the thumbnail of it because I remember the outfit. 5 attraction hacks that instantly makes you desirable. And I think in this particular case, we are talking about men. So it's men towards women. In the past, she did do a similar video. I don't think I watched. Well, let me actually check. It's 3 months ago. Yeah, so there's no way I watched it on the stream. So, what's the one thing that we should for sure discuss is that before I start this stream, before I start this reaction, everyone should know that it doesn't apply to literally everyone. It's just the average. You know, like we're talking about if we take 100 women, then sure, one or two of them may not act in this specific way, but most of them will. That's the first thing. Second thing, also very important, this is a place for arguing. This is a place for throwing in ideas. So if you have any idea about, or if you have any like comment that you want to give on this particular video about what I'm going to say, what she's going to say, feel free to express your emotions in the comments, and I will answer you. I will answer you because I answer all the comments, and we will definitely have an interesting discussion. So before we have that discussion, I will have this one while listening to Keira Lothan.
I'm going to start this off by saying this is my female perspective.
Before she goes, I will really check one video because I had it from my family member. I need to check it. I could have shown you, but I won't because you know some things should stay personal.
Of how to attract a woman and potentially be in a relationship. If you don't want a relationship, if you want to go your own way, if you want to be a loner, this video is not for you, okay? I believe the only way to
She's like straight away saying, "Yeah, go screw yourself if you're not interested in what I'm about to say. Bye. This is not for you." This is always so fun.
actually learn the opposite sex is through the experience with the opposite sex. So you're only getting half the pie if you're listening to a guy tell you how to attract a woman. I have my own experiences. I have my own
But she also like, I thought she's going to say that you should go and do it in real life. Listen, all of these videos are a good thing, but if the real knowledge comes in practice. If you go out there, if you talk, and if you figure it out on your own, you'll get much more knowledge than watching her or me. We're like universities, most of them. We give you the theory, we show you how to do it, we show you how to use it. But what's going to end up from you using it really mostly depends on you and only on you. In this case, definitely. So, yeah, use the knowledge wisely.
knowledge and my own perspective on men. So I'd love to share that with you.
Let's go.
And hopefully it makes your life a lot more seamless when it comes to women. The first one.
She just threw her like, yeah, I'm about to rock this stage. Like, look at this smirk.
More seamless when it comes to women.
Like, if she used some edits, this would be like the one with a boom reaction.
The first one is the most important, okay?
Wait. Paper. I think I also need a pen. My pen is in my bag. Give me a second. Pen. Let me actually write that down. I'll actually write that down. 5 attraction hacks. I'll call it like this. I'm not planning on attracting men, so I don't think I need to be more clear in my text. So, let's go, Keira. Let's figure this out together. Wait. Let's figure this out together.
Talk about this in my perspective. I'm not going to tell you what to do, what not to do. I'm going to just tell you how I feel about them, okay?
You already
The
you already
first one
said the first thing. Okay, finally she's going. Yeah, never mind.
is detachment.
Okay.
I personally don't like when a man is obsessed with me in the most weird way.
This is the dumb. It's so true. It's so true. But I still don't kind of get it. Why don't women like with men who are being obsessed with them? Like, I'm not talking about those who only make her the center of her life, of their life. You know, like there's nothing else except for her. But at the end of the day, every single man who loves a woman is in his way obsessed with her. You know what I'm saying? I feel that you don't like men who are obsessed with you, but you don't like men who express their obsessity with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you want a man who's okay. Let's actually listen to what she wants.
And there's a lot of you on here that are so weird and obsessive. No woman likes that. No woman wants that. Detach yourself. Seriously, detach yourself. This is where we start calling men simps. There's no
I wouldn't
reason.
say detach. Just get a life. You know what I'm saying? Like focus on your life, and that woman will come. Sure, give her. Let's put it like this. This take might go wrong, but I'll still try it. Make her just a regular part of your life. Don't crown her, don't undermine her. Just a regular part of your life, you know? Like you can text her 3 times a day. That's not a problem. But these texts also have to be intentional, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing about obsessity. When you're obsessed, you are a lot when you're expressing your obsessity, you are often looking for ways that you could express it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not texting her because of the particular text. You're texting her because you just want the attention. You just want her to know that she's like you want her doing something with you, thinking something about you. Never mind. Whereas when you make her a regular part of your life, it's like doing your work. You know, you go, you do your work, you do what you're supposed to do in that job. No more, no less. Same here. You go, you meet her, you do more, no less. You actually treat her like you would treat her, like you should treat her. You're just a part of your life. You, of course, understand it. You, no, not wrong word. You, of course. What's the word? You, of course. You, of course, respect her. You, of course, give her exact amount of attention and that she needs, but you don't neither overdo it nor underdo it. Find that perfect average.
Reason for you to think there's only one fish in the sea. You have options. Act like it. You know, like that's the first impression kind of. You know, it's not necessarily an impression if you're not meeting them, but the detachment. There's no need to be so attached to someone if you're not even dating them. You know, give yourself connection with
Yeah.
yourself. That way you can actually understand what you want and what you don't want as a man, okay? That's all I'm going to tell you what to do. Connect with yourself. And I think that goes for anybody, man or woman.
Like
Connect.
I said, get a life, do your life, and the woman will come in it. And you have to. This is gonna be a good take. Let me zoom in on myself. Wait, I have a comment. Hello, Jack Foster. I'm doing actually great. I've been through surgery, but now I'm doing great, and as you can see, I'm back to streaming. Here's the take. Here's the take that I wanted to do. Wait, let me zoom in on this one. Make a woman part of your. I'll actually look. Make a woman a part of your life, not your life a part. No, no, no. I have it even better phrase. Wait. Make a woman a part of your life. Don't build it around the woman. Boom. This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be actually be good. What's this is only the number one, and we still have four more hacks how to instantly become desirable, at least from her perspective.
With yourself, right? Self improvement. Don't try too hard. You know, this attachment stuff, when a guy feels attached to a woman, he seems to try too hard. Like he's texting too much, he's questioning, he's nervous, like why my biggest thing is why are men scared of women? You
That's
know,
a good one because you are so freaking hard. It's and you're I can tell this refers back to the previous video because we men love rational logical things. So when we have a creature, oh my god, when we have a person who doesn't think in that way but rather thinks with her emotions and how she feels, it confuses us. It gets hard for us. We get rejected. We don't we it's hard for us to find a woman, and that's why we're scared. We're not scared, so to say, but we're just, how do I put this? Not unprepared. We're just confused. Uh we don't know. We actually genuinely don't know what to do with them, and that doesn't really scare us, but it rather confuses us, I would say.
the whole power dynamic with men and women, men have become a little more scared, in my opinion. And I
Also because you've gained much more rights in the last 100 of years. Like, this is just a pure historical fact. The last couple hundred, especially like the last 100 years, especially also the last 50, 70 years, you have gained so much power, so much rights, that not only now we're supposed to figure you out based on your emotions and how you feel, but also some of the things we used that could compensate for it and attract you from a different perspective are now rejected. For example, a man who's like providing for you, giving you a roof, like you can work on your own, you can pay for your own bills, you can be much more independent. So you can protect a lot of you, or at least some things, so that they can protect themselves going back. So even additional value is lost. The game is getting harder for us, and we sacrifice it for your independence.
don't feel like a man should be trying too hard. I feel like if a man is going up to a woman, it's a yes or a freaking no. You don't need to convince this woman, okay? You don't need to try too hard. If she's not interested, she's not interested. In today's society, it can be very confusing to see if a woman is actually interested. Don't play these games.
Also, firstly, yes, a lot of times women are confused if they are interested or not. But secondly, what I wanted to say, men are much more romantic than women. And this is going to be a hard take, but men are much more romantic than women. I think that in their heads, they often play much more these imaginary, scenarios than women do. Uh, and because they get so they can't actually get attached. Why? Because women they throw around emotions. They are actually better with our emotions. This thing, and you feel it super much when you're in love. This thing you can't really explain it. It makes it harder for a man. That's why he's confused and scared, because he doesn't know what's happening. Why? Why particularly? I'm looking at the random barista at freaking Starbucks, and now I can't unsee her. I want her to pour my coffee every day for the rest of my life. It, women can explain it much better than men. At least they can live through it much better than men. That's what I will definitely give them.
Don't play these games, okay? If you want to show this woman you're interested, definitely go up to her. Give the first impression. Don't attach yourself. Don't try too hard. If she says no, if she looks like she's uninterested, giving close-ended answers, keep walking. Be like, okay, like, that's fine. Have a nice life, you know? When a man is able to walk away
The men have to like practice this much more. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It is hard, but just try it. Just try it. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Yeah, I don't even know the worst case scenario. Comment it below if you have an idea.
from a woman without feeling scared, without feeling anxious, or without feeling like he's failed.
Like, here's what I'm gonna give you a take. A man comes up to a woman, she rejects him. What is the logical thinking over here? That's the whole difference why men are much more scared than women. Because let's compare the logical thinking and the emotional one. The emotional one is gonna be like, well, he didn't like me. That feels confused. That feels sad. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna like do something else. I'm gonna maybe relive it. I'm going to like, they're like trying to live through it, and eventually that because time heals, you kind of forget about that rejection. Now let's imagine the rational thinking. A man comes to a woman. He has a plan. He does something and he hopes it succeeds. If it doesn't succeed, what does it mean? Correct. It means he failed. Because he had this. The only reason a man approaches a woman, no man approaches a woman in order to be rejected. The end goal is never to get rejected. So when he can't achieve the end goal, he tries to come up with all these scenarios by himself. And he gets stuck in his thoughts and he tries to figure out a solution. And because he's trying to figure out a solution, he is a lot of the times overthinking it. And it takes a lot of power and a lot of time and a lot of training and a lot of approaching to figure out that some things just don't really need to be that well thought through. You sometimes just to say, okay, fuck it, who's next? Because these are women. We're talking about women. Of course, it's going to be confusing.
I promise you, that woman will find you 50% more attractive by walking away. I promise you. Because we expect that obsession, we expect that
like put it in a woman's perspective. Put it in a man's perspective, the rational perspective. I'm a woman. Someone feels attracted to me, and then he's not. So I, as a woman, I want men to be attracted to me, right? Or I don't know, unless you're lesbian. But as a woman, you probably should want men to be attracted to you. Even biologically, it's physiologically proven. You have someone who's attracted to you. He does something, you do something, and as a result, he stops being attracted to you. Where's the logical thinking in it? Where's the logical conclusion from it that this is going to get her more attracted to you? She is attracted to the fact that you don't find her attracted enough. That's why I'm saying don't overthink it with a woman. Like, seriously, don't. Just like I said in the previous video, let their emotions go along. Just fuck it. Let them live their life. Because there's nothing you can explain rationally.
attraction already. If a man's coming up to us, we're like, oh, just another guy, I guess, I'm attracting another guy. And then if you're acting like that, and the man is just like, all right, fine. If you're not interested.
Like, this is so AI subtitles. She didn't even check them. Check this out.
And the man is just like,
and she said, and the man's just like, and translated, and the managers like, all right, okay, the managers. Come on, Keira, you should at least look through them.
All right, fine.
It's a 14-minute video. You can neglect something for 14 minutes to check if the subtitles are okay. You're not even, listen, you're probably rewatching it before you post, right? To at least like check out, maybe, I don't know, is the sound okay and all of that stuff. Just edit the subtitles.
If you're not interested, he walks away. That's where the woman is like, oh, maybe he's not actually that bad. Maybe he was actually interested in me. Maybe I should give him a chance.
Like,
See
how
that
does
reverse
it make sense? Yes,
psychology?
it's
There's no
stupid. It's no, the reverse psychology. It's irrationally stupid because it doesn't make any sense. You're saying that 1 + 1 gives you -2. Kira had an apple, Zeno had an apple. We got them together and now we lost 2 apples. How the fuck does it make sense? But for women it does. You can't explain it. Just live it through. I'm telling you, it's the best thing you can do. Just live it through.
need to play these games, okay? You have options, act like it. Right? I mean, I think the best way to go up to a woman is to not see it as an approach, to see it as an opportunity for her to meet you. If you're going up to a woman, it shouldn't feel like an approach, right? You're not cold approaching a woman. No, she's getting the opportunity to meet you. And if she doesn't like it, you walk away. Like, simple as that. It's that mindset shift where you shouldn't be scared. I don't want a man to be scared talking to me. And if he is, it just doesn't seem, even if he's attractive or even if, he has the good intentions, it's just, I can't explain it. It's the female psychology.
That is,
The third one,
please
I've
choose
been
many.
saying it constantly, but you have options. Act like it. Seriously. To say that women are the prize now,
Wait, is this a hack? Oh yeah, it's 5 attraction hacks. Yeah, okay, yeah, never mind.
man, you have so much value. You bring the table to the table, okay? The fact that you even go up to a woman, the fact that you go up to a woman creates the relationship. It creates that connection in the first place. Most women don't go up to men for the first time, right? They do.
Sure,
They
some
do. Don't
do.
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
I
But
would
men
even say a
usually make
lot of
that
them do.
initial approach or that initial conversation, right? You have options. There's literally there's no need to corner a woman. Jeez. It's my sister. There's no need to
I
corner
also had the notification earlier. This is some sort of telepathic shit.
a woman just because you find her so attractive and you're just trying to really pin her down. Like I said, no woman wants to be fully obsessed over like that, especially when you're not dating yet. Like, it's very weird. If you don't know her, there's no need to obsess over her. Don't give her that pedestal, because then she's gonna run with that pedestal forever. Forever. It's gotten to this point where women are on pedestals without even having a pedestal. You know what I mean?
Because men are trying to think logically. You know what I'm saying? They are going out there and saying, look, you're a beautiful woman. You, I consider, I have plans for you. Let's put it like this, because everyone who's trying to get into a relationship has plans for women. And the plans are that you become the greatest woman of my life. Because at the end goal is to make her the greatest woman in your life. So I am acting on it. I am working. I am doing my best to show you that I actually am trying to get you to this. I'm trying to achieve the greatest woman in my life idea. So he's automatically thinking, okay, how would I treat the greatest? What does the greatest woman in the world deserve? Which is exactly like it's a rational thinking, right? If you if you want to solve if you want to fix a puzzle, right? You sit down and you start fixing it. You start connecting the best pieces because they're supposed to be the best. No, a woman comes and says, Don't don't care about me. Walk away from me. I'm gonna like it. 2 years ago, I would get so pissed. Now I'm just like laughing at it and thinking, I'm just gonna enjoy it.
This one is a great one. Okay, this one can go for anybody, man or woman, but I think men don't have as much style sense. I feel like you guys can do better with style. I don't know, that's just me.
Surely.
Women have a lot more with aesthetics. But with
Oh
men,
yeah, no kidding.
oh my God. If you just wear clothes that fit you, like tailored, not wearing a suit, not wearing designer, you don't need to wear the best clothes. You can wear Walmart clothes as long as they fit you. Fit. Like fit. Not loose and also not wrinkly, present yourself. And darker colors always mesh well with women.
I knew it. If you look into my cupboard right now, guess which color is going to be the most popular there? Guess. Guess.
Women see darker colors like dark navy blue, brown, black, tan, these darker greens. They're much more trustworthy colors. And it's a psychology. I'm not trying to tell you what's right or wrong. It's psychology. So if you're wearing a tailored fit outfit, if you're, wearing clothes that fit you and they're darker, the chances of a woman looking at you are much, much higher. Much, much higher, even if you're not even looking for anything. Okay, you can go.
Okay, I need to read the chat a bit because I've been missing out on it. Uh, what do I talk about debate mostly on here? I talk about social issues, social things, and how do I put this correctly? Basically, everything that bothers our world nowadays. I study philosophy at university, so I thought that doing YouTube streams is a good idea for it. And I also stream on Twitch. Rejection isn't as simple as someone says no and someone walks away. It doesn't end there, I would say, mentally for the person. Uh, as a man, you overthink rejections because again, it's a problem that you want to solve. You want to make sure you don't get rejected again because nobody wants to get rejected, right? It's logical. It has implications on the worthiness of the individual who is rejected. Exactly. That's you said this 5 minutes ago. I'm saying it now. Sorry for not reading your comments immediately, guys. And if they initially had doubts, they don't want it confirming in their own minds. Are you talking about men or women here? Because men, they still act even when they have doubts. They act because they need to do something. They need to figure it out. Uh, how do I put this? If the doubts are too high, I would say that a man would still mostly act because he just needs that answer. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, sure, the doubts are there and it might not work. But what if this is exactly what works? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I guess I can keep watching now.
Go to the grocery store and just wear a whole Gymshark outfit, right? That's not designer, but if you're wearing clothes that fit you well, a woman is more prone to look your way because she's
True.
looking at fashion sense. Women naturally look at fashion sense. We're not looking necessarily at how much money it's worth
This
or
is
the
this is also another hot take. Women don't care about the number of money, but you need to look like you have them. I would say like this. It doesn't mean that you have to like dress out all of their rich Gucci, but you have to like they need to catch the vibe that financially you got it.
brand or we just want to see how you style yourself. How confident are you in your closet? When you go to pick something out, are you like a little boy or are you a young man that's distinguished and able to create an image for himself for the world? I don't like the way I just said that, but it's the truth. It's female psychology. We want to
I
see
like
that.
she's how she's always referring to female psychology like it is I'm not even sure it is a scientifically proven thing. I think in fact that a lot of people have denied. Let me actually check that real quick. Uh is female psychology real? Like, keep in mind, I when I say female psychology, I say, uh I just say it, I say women's perspective, because this is what I've meant through experience. Ah, really? Okay. I thought that a lot of people actually denied women's psychology. Oh, I actually remember who denied. No, sorry, my mistake. They denied women logic. Okay, yeah, yeah, it was actually somewhere in my uni. I remember completely, but it was about logic and not psychology. What is studying philosophy like in university? It is a very good time span to escape my everyday challenges and problems, because uh, it's a way what it's a place where I just relax and let my mind interact in interesting things that I enjoy. Because I need to work, I need to do some other stuff. I need, like, for example, streaming right now, which is kind of a combine, but uh there are things that need to be done. And yeah, university is a lot of the times just a relaxing place. I if you're if you already know what you're if you kind of need a degree, but you're also not sure what particular degree you want to pursue philosophy and figure out stuff while you're pursuing it, because you will eventually do it. You'll find something that you enjoy doing the most, and yeah, build your life around it.
You can dress yourself. Like, simple as that. And fit clothes that fit is a very it's a secret I've learned, especially from being in little modeling shoots. They fit the clothes on you in the modeling shoots because that's what looks good.
Yeah,
It looks good. Like, you shouldn't be wearing these oversized things or,
I genuinely hate oversized. Not only that, I hate when people are intentionally buying bigger clothes to look oversized. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a one section that is intentionally oversized, and then there is simply a bigger section that people buy from the smaller one. it, it is so confusing to me. I genuinely never understood it. Like, just why?
a t-shirt you were wearing in high school or the 90s, like, get some new clothes. It doesn't have to be expensive, but get clothes that fit you and represent your personality. Some bold, dark colors so that it represents trust and overall cleanliness, I guess. Just a clean shirt is great. Yeah. And then the last one.
Mm.
The last one is how you see yourself. This is a very,
It's a very
you know,
weird way. Let's
for each
actually.
person to each their own type of deal.
Okay,
A man with confidence obviously is more attractive, and same with women. A woman who is
sure.
confident is more attractive. It doesn't matter what you look like, right? It's how you perceive yourself. It's how you see yourself. If you're able to tell yourself you are abundant in women, you are abundant in money, you are abundant in the areas of your life, like, you don't have anything to worry about, you can figure it out, you're a problem solver, you're not stressed, you're not anxious necessarily, but you are, focused. Focused, and you're able to tell yourself that you're doing enough, right? A woman can see that. A woman sees that. I see that. When let's say I'm in the grocery store, right?
Sorry, this is the dumb mistake out of all. Because I'll tell you why. Because these stakes are kind of like arguments, and you can't build an argument on, if you're talking about attraction hacks, and then you say an attraction hack is how you see yourself, then you should be really clear that no, an attraction hack is not to how you see yourself. An attraction hack is that you need to see yourself in a specific way to be attractive. Now that I've reversed it a bit, I can actually try to at least understand what what the whole description of the argument is. Because the title of the hack and the whole following description were so disconnected. They were more disconnected than ooh. I want to make a joke, but I didn't come up with one. Sorry.
And there's a guy who's just pushing a cart, and he's trying to figure out his meal plans for the day or the meal plans for his week. You know, he looks focused. He's not looking at me. He's not looking at cashiers. He's not looking at anybody else, but he's focused on his meal plan. The fact that a woman can see what you're doing and plug it in, if she can plug in what you're doing great. You're doing wonderful. You're doing wonderful. Like, I swear, if you're walking around in this world and women can pinpoint what you're doing, I mean, that's great. I mean, I think that's great because, oh,
You said to not get an obsessed. Wait. An obsessed man expresses how he what that you're mostly part of his life, but yet you don't want him to do it. You want him to focus on yourself, and then you want to figure out what he's doing. So basically, what the woman is saying, we don't want to have it easy. Give us the chase. Give us the make the most wanted thing in the world, at least one of the most wanted things, which is having a strong relationship with a person from another gender. Make it so hard to get, and we're gonna love it. The difference between men and women is that men are out there fixing challenges and solving them, right? A woman out there is chasing these challenges and she's looking to build them new. What men fix, women build so men can fix it. Women create problems so men can fix them. I mean, this is a bit like jokingly, of course, right now, but in some ways it is kind of true. This whole idea of making it hard and for them to solve a puzzle is going to make it attractive. I genuinely can't get it. What's your personal favorite philosophical topic? I think I already discussed it in one of the past streams, but I like implementing. I think that philosophy nowadays, a lot of the times, is very theoretical, and I despise it. To me, one of the actually favorite philosophical topics is how to implement all theoretical ideas into practice, which is hard, but I believe that unless your idea is worth in practice, then it's only worth. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't think I've ever attended a socialism class.
because it just means you're focused. You know, it doesn't leave her questioning. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mystery is great. You know, it's great to have a mystery as a man, but I'm saying with confidence. With confidence. I say the grocery store because I feel like most women are the most confident in grocery stores, and I mean, I'm not going to label men.
I'm gonna make this joke. You know why? Because they know the best what belongs in the kitchen. It was right there. I couldn't ignore it. It was genuinely right there.
And it's unconfident in grocery stores. But I mean, you know, if a man is in a grocery store by himself, he looks like he's focused, like straight up. You know what I mean? Women can.
Of course, why the fuck would he else be in the grocery store? He's in an inexperienced place. He just wants to get his shit and go fix his other problems. The grocery store is the last place that he wants to hang around. Of course, he's gonna be focused because he needs to speed up the process.
See that and respect it. But the mystery. Now, I already went to my last hack.
There's the sixth.
Obviously, there's way more tips, way more hacks that guys can take from me because I have so much perspective on this. Like,
and
mystery
hundreds of hours
is
of
another
content.
one. Okay, I'll just put a little bonus one in there. Leaving a mystery. We do want to know what you're up to, but if we can pinpoint your every move, especially when you're
Please, please make us problems. Please make us something. We don't have enough problems in our life. Please make it challenging for us to understand you. Make it hard. This is the most unrational thing, and that is exactly why it works. And that is exactly why it doesn't work for men if you reverse the roles. Because we just want clarity, we just want answer. Look, you're hungry. That is why there's so many jokes about when you ask woman what to eat, what she wants to eat, and she takes hours to pick. Like, uh, it's not, just pick. You can obviously say what do you want more than the other, but no, she can't. That's why we take this decision. And then they're left with the mystery, huh? Did I really want to go to that pizza place that he took me to? Well, did I really? Come on, like, yeah, I'm not gonna argue about against it. It's just woman nature.
talking to us, if we can predict what you're going to say, if we can predict where the conversation's going.
I got one word to you for this question: socialism.
Now, that can be the tricky part. Mystery is where it's a mind game at that point. You're not just being mysterious for a woman, you're kind of just doing that for yourself too. You don't want to have the whole world know what you're doing, first of all. Like, you don't want to be exposed to the world. I don't know. But having a mystery in yourself as a man is definitely attractive, and women, we see that as something of a challenge almost. Like, we were like, is this guy too good to be true? I kind of want to find out. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Like, it makes that little question in our head.
Name me one guy who has time to waste on this bullshit. We I swear, whenever I get caught up in these thoughts, I start hating myself. Because, like, I'm thinking, wait, why am I doing it? Like, just figure out. Take actions and figure it out. Rationally, there should be. We want answers. You want questions. That's the whole. I can summarize this video, basically this whole stream like this. We've been talking about this for an hour. I mean, we're only 1 minute left, so screw it. Let's just listen to the end, and then I'll give my conclusions and finish the stream because I can't honestly anymore. I've just been repeating the same point for the last 50 minutes. It's just being paraphrased in a different way. It's the same. It's the same candy, just with different covers on it.
If we even want to figure you out, right? Because that's the fun part, is figuring out a man. Same with a guy. The fun part is figuring out a woman. And this is where I
No, that is the yes. It. How do I put this correctly? It is fun to figure them out, but you are driven by the game. We are driven by the result. Your question is this guy too good to be true? My question is, how do I make this woman with me? You know what I'm saying? You're not you're questioning if this is actually true. You're actioning theory. I'm questioning practice. That's also something that I'm going to conclude
conclude the
this
video.
video on, because you're concluding this. I'm already done with it. I apologize with you. She wants men to participate in some elaborate game of 4D chess. No, she wants to play 4D chess. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't want them to participate in it. She should be, because we as men, we just live our lives. She just wants us to live our own lives, and let them do all the thinking. Let them do all of the mystery. They want us to be the board to our 4D chess. Yes, it's complicated, but at the end of the day, just a fucking board, right? Oh my god. Yeah. I've been talking about the same point for an hour. Now I'm going to have to conclude it because it's already getting late. Wait a second. I need to zoom in on myself. Oh, let me turn this off. Moral of this video: women want questions, men want answers. Questions entertain and fulfill the emotions. Answers give final answers to the mind. I have no other conclusions I'm going to make because this whole stream, this whole video was about one particular point. Men and women are different, and if you want to attract another person, you have to play by their rules. And with that being said, this was me, Zeno, today watching with you another video by Keira Lothan, and again we dived into the perspective of relationships between men and women. I thank you all for watching this. Whoever's watching it live, like you guys, like you, Foster, for example, who shout out to you for all the comments in the stream. To all of you watching this on replay, because I know some of you may have not catched it, and it's nice that you're still interested in checking out what I have to say. And yeah, with that being said, for those of you watching me on YouTube, I will see you in my other videos. Woo! I mean, on YouTube, I meant those of you who are watching me on replay. And for those of you who are watching me live, I will see you in my other reactions, in my other streams. Don't forget to subscribe. Woo! Bye bye, everyone. And yeah, I think next stream, Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday probably. Gonna have to pick another topic to talk about, but trust me, we're going to talk a lot about those topics. And yeah, next week I am planning to do a whole week of content of just me simply publishing reactions every day. So I hope you'll enjoy it.